What is your routine when it's time for Sidste Omgang?
Basically, we just go around very quietly, half an hour before we close, and just let people know we're closing in half an hour. There's no bells, even though we've got about 5 bells downstairs from the old bar, and bells for some reason people thought we should have, and people kept coming in. Some of the old guys, have got a really nice bell, with Titanic on it, and but we basically just go around, and I think now most people know, they can just figure it out.
Welcome to Sidste Omgang, last call.
Thank you.
And my name is Nikolaj Bank, and today I'm visiting Andrew here in Nordvest Ølbar.
That's correct.
And it's a bit further out than I have been before on my journeys. I think the furthest one I did was, actually just down the road on Fuglereden.
Yeah, that's pretty close by.
Yeah, and I did Fuglereden. But on this podcast, I go out and visit big and small bars, brown bars, but also other types of bars. And I talk to the bartenders, the owners, and sometimes some of the regular guests. I hear about the story of the place and some of the histories that are coming out. And it's also interesting to know, who are your typical guests and what makes this a special place. Mm-hmm. And of course, the basic plug, what happens when it's time for last call. And one thing that I've learned so far, you may surprise me, is that every place, they have their own way of doing last call. And we'll get to that towards the end of the podcast.
I don't think it's going to be any great surprise, but we do it, but it's very low key.
Andrew, thank you for inviting me today. Yeah. We're sitting here on a gray Thursday in Nordvest, and I'm drinking a lovely ginger beer. So not a real beer, but a ginger beer. What kind of place is the Nordvest Ølbar?
It's a good question to start with. It was a brown bodega when we took it over 7 years ago, and we just decided to modernize it a little bit because we could see there were different people moving into the area who wanted something different. They didn't like the smoking and maybe a better selection of beer and stuff. So we did it up a bit, got rid of the smoke smell, put a bit of new furniture in, and got some different beers in. And we get, a lot of the people who have moved into the area. Some of the old people, the regulars, still come, but to be perfectly honest, there aren't many who still live around here. People have moved out, or they're old and basically they've died, So we have some special beer, but we like to think of ourselves as just a bar selling good beer and good drinks, and that anyone is welcome.
So who are your new regular customers?
The people who definitely live in the area. Well, more people have started to come in now that Nordvest is getting a little more attractive and more places are opening. So I think more people are coming out here for a night out because there's more going on. But mainly it's people who just live here, 100 meters that way and 100 meters that way. Generally, I would say around 30, early 30s would be the age of our customers, male, female, just the people who are moving into the area.
Yeah. And I understand Nordvest is going through a huge change.
Yeah.
Which has started, I don't know, probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, right? But it's really...
Yeah, I think it's really... Well, I mean, we've seen the biggest change in the last 2 years, actually. 2 to 3 years. Post-COVID, a lot of building, a lot of people moving in, more places opening. I mean, my first visit out here was... I came to Denmark 30 years ago, just for a short time. And we lived out by Bispebjerg Hospital. And then you could walk around, there was pretty much nothing out here, There were still a few bodegas, but they're actually almost hidden. This was one of them. But it's definitely changed a lot since then. This place has actually been here since 1934, when the building was built. It was a local canteen and bar for workers. And they made the food upstairs and brought it down. And then from about the 70s onwards, it was just a bodega. And the guy lived upstairs till we bought it 7 years ago.
Is he still around?
No, he died. His daughters ran it for a while. And then when he died, they sold it and we bought it. So we've been here 7 years. We bought it a few months before that, but there was quite a lot of work to do. I mean, if you look up the ceiling's the same as it was. We just painted it and we had to soundproof, but the floor was all rotten, like 5 layers of linoleum, vinyl, all kinds of stuff. So that took a while, and the electrics took a few months of building.
So Nordvest Ølbar, but you can also do other things here. You can play games, and
you can play games.
Yeah,
we have quizzes every second Tuesday, which is really popular. So we've always done that, but now we're doing it more regularly, and we're pretty much full for every quiz. People come and play games. We have sometimes in the afternoon we open for special parties, so people can come and do a christening or a wedding or whatever they want to do. Meetings, some of the local buildings have their annual general meetings here because they don't have space. We got one Saturday morning. Art, local artists come and display. We just change, we let people come in and they put up their stuff and we make an event and then they sell their art directly to the customer.
So it sounds like the bar is taking on, many more roles than just selling beer.
Yeah. I mean, it reflects the community. So like there was a girl in the building here who finished a PhD and she wanted to celebrate that and share what she'd done. And so she invited friends. Somebody a few weeks before that had written a book and wanted a book launch. And so, so there's a bit of culture as well.
And
not just beer.
And what are your normal opening hours?
We open Tuesday to Saturday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 till 12. Friday, 3 till 2. Saturday, 5 till 2. But if somebody asks outside for an event, then we do that.
So as we were sitting here preparing for the call, you had a supplier come by.
I did, yeah, Casper.
Yeah.
So he makes our house IPA, and he also lives in the next building. So very local. He's a customer and a supplier.
So what does it mean for a business to have, both your customer and the suppliers so close to you?
It's good. I mean, it's nice because, there's a lot of people like Casper who are really friendly and, he knows other people here. And so it's not just business, it's social as well, And my son works in the bar as well. And my daughter has worked in the bar. So, kind of everybody knows everyone to a degree.
Is there any sort of similarities between having a village pub and the role that Nordvest Ølbar takes up?
Maybe we're far enough out to be a village, is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, where I live on Vesterbro, my courtyard is almost its own village.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's that local. Because I think a village pub, you'd probably have the same people in every day. And here we get different people in every day. Some people come in on Saturday to play games. Some people Friday after work. Some come to the quiz. Some come to chat with their mates on a Tuesday or whatever. So it's different groups in different times. And also a lot of new people coming in all the time as well.
How do they find out about the place?
So we're not really, big on social media and stuff. We just kind of opened and we post a bit here and there. But I mean, I guess just people who live and walk past and, the word of mouth. And
So this being an ølbar, let's talk a little bit about the selection.
Yes.
Yeah. So how many on tap? And
we have 10, and we go from good Danish Pilsner, Hancock, to all the way through to a very strong stout. We choose, I think, beers that are pretty drinkable. We don't go like crazy with milkshake beers and stuff like that. Good drinkable IPAs, pale ales, German Weissbier, a couple of Pilsners, brown ale, sour. So something for everyone that's not too special, but good quality. Try and keep our prices at the lower end. We can see a lot of places have really put their prices up quite high. We haven't put our prices up for quite a long time, actually.
And what's the biggest seller here?
I think our biggest seller is probably Casper's House IPA, and then I think it would be the Hancock Pilsner. So good drinkable IPA and a good Pilsner. But the sours sell pretty well as well.
So no crazy raspberry wild yeast.
No. I mean, we have some stuff in bottles, but we can also see that that's kind of changing as well. So we don't sell as many special beers in bottles as we used to. So I think people just like a decent draft beer, and if you don't like beer, we've got cider on tap, wine, gin and tonic and so on, soft drinks, alcohol-free beer and stuff like that.
Is that growing a lot with you also, the alcohol-free beer?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you can be in, like, one day and you don't sell any, and then the next day a lot of it goes. So I think it depends on the group of people. But I mean, it definitely is a seller, but it's not massive. I mean, I don't think I'd open an alcohol-free bar. So, I mean, I can see some people are. I still think drinking is popular.
Yeah, there's a lot of different bars opening with different profiles, right? So
yeah.
And after 7 years, what would you tell people? Why should they come and visit Nordvest Ølbar?
I thought you were going to ask, should you tell people to open a bar?
Well, so would you recommend people to open a bar?
Yeah, if they're a bit younger than me, yeah.
A lot of work.
I mean, everything. Yeah, if you want to do it properly, it's a lot of work. But why should they come here? Why not? I mean, it's good atmosphere. You meet nice people, get a good beer, a good drink. Local place. It's easy to get to. We have a lot of nights where just random people come and they meet and they sit and they talk, and those are my favorite nights, where you just see different groups of people kind of get together or outside sitting down, and it's generally quite social.
So you said you've been here 30 years and you had this for 7 years. So how did you land in Nordvest Ølbar, or how did Nordvest Ølbar land with you?
Yeah, a moment of madness. No, I used to work for a teacher in an international school for many years, and I just got tired of it and looked for something totally different to do. So I ended up here.
Had you worked in a bar before?
A very long time ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've worked in catering, and so I'm used to the type of work. Yeah. So I definitely had an idea.
Yeah, I remember I interviewed a former owner of a very iconic bar in Copenhagen, and she said her background was in social services.
Yeah.
And that actually really helped her in her role as bartending.
Yeah, so the same job.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know whether having been a teacher is some of the same applicable, transferable skills.
I think some of the classroom management when you're trying to get people home, maybe. without being too offensive.
Yeah. So it's a very cozy place, right? Our knees are almost touching as we're sitting here. Is this on purpose to bring people a little bit more together? Or?
Well, yeah, to be cozy. And also it's quite a small place. So, you're limited in how much space you actually have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, so the kind of people who come, I think they like kind of being in the bar when there's a lot of people and they're close together, and and gives a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
A little bit like when you go south to Spain or Italy and you're in these small bars, and, it's kind of fun to be close to people and feel that kind of energy.
Yeah.
But it can be very quiet some nights. Cold winter night on a Tuesday or Wednesday can be quite quiet. But weekends are definitely very busy.
I wanted to ask you, one of the things that I've seen in many of the brown bars is that you have the young and the old come together, or at least that they are both there and then they're at the same time and they engage with each other.
Yeah.
Do you still have enough old timers to do this, or?
There aren't many old timers, but there are, I guess, new older people coming in. So it's not just young people. We get older people as well, but we don't get the really, really young people in here. I think they prefer more of a bodega type place. But our oldest customer, who still lives in the building, he's been coming here for 62 years. I think it's his 80th birthday in a few weeks.
Wow. And one of the areas that is, I'm not going to say contentious, but one of the areas that's up for discussion these years is definitely the smoking inside. So you decided to not to have this as a non-smoking bar.
Yeah, I mean, it was smoking, but I mean, it's a bit strange coming from a background where, we grew up, everyone smoked and everyone was in a smoking pub, but we decided not to do it because I mean, you don't really want to work in it long term. Even though I have been a smoker, I'm not pro-smoking anymore.
How has it been received with the customers?
Fine. But it is interesting because, smoking is actually more popular. So, people do like going to smoking bars. I can see that. But we also get people ringing up and asking, is there smoking? And we say no. And we just decided not to do it. People in the building were really happy.
Yeah, but I guess people can go outside and have a smoke,
Yeah,
right?
people go outside and smoke. And I think a lot of people prefer that and then come into a place where it's relatively fresh air.
Yeah.
But yeah, we decided not to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't even, when we took over the place, there was so much nicotine. Even after 2 months, you couldn't even be in here. Our eyes were watering and it was just coming out of the wall. We had to get special paint to seal everything and the ceiling, and plaster it and rip up the floor. And
would you say that Nordvest Ølbar is part of this rebirth of the area in terms of the bars? You got Konkylie that just opened down the street.
Yeah.
Got Fugleredet, and you got a couple of other places just within almost earshot.
I think so, yeah. Definitely. I mean, that was kind of what we saw when we opened, but people thought we were a bit mad. but I really liked the place. I liked the space. And I came in with my wife a few times and we thought it just felt, like a nice space to be in. And like you said, the area is changing and people coming in. And in the beginning, we were really well received because people were so happy that things were starting to open. And I think you can see the progression of that now. So it's nice, yeah.
So what are some of your plans for the summer of 2024 for Nordvest Ølbar? What can we expect?
Well, the summer actually is generally our quietest time because, a lot of people leave this area. They go back to Jylland or they go on holiday and a lot depends on the weather, whether we can have people sitting outside but no real plans for the summer because that's actually our quietest time. I'm usually here all summer because everyone goes on holiday.
Okay.
So they're all at the festivals and I'm here. And then you get those people who don't like going to the festivals and they come. But it's definitely not a wild time.
What is your routine when it's time for Sidste Omgang?
Basically, we just go around very quietly, half an hour before we close and just let people know we're closing in half an hour. There's no bells, even though we've got about 5 bells downstairs. From the old bar and bells, for some reason, people thought we should have, and people kept coming in. Some of the old guys, I've got a really nice bell, with Titanic on it, and but we basically just go around, and I think now most people know they can just figure it out that it's getting close.
But I think it says a lot about the place that people, they are aware of what's actually going on, you know, and that this is something that you figure out together, and it's not that you're a mean person. It's just that this is the end of the day, and tomorrow there's another day, right?
Yeah, I mean, and people are generally very nice out there. Very considerate, and we have really good customers, which makes it worthwhile. I think. No, never any trouble or anything.
Is there something you want to tell the listeners? Something that's unique to the place that they should come here and try or taste?
No, because I don't really think like that. So I think if people want to come and they like it, great. Yeah, so we're here. We try to kind of make it cozy and nice and be welcoming and friendly, but you can't force people to come to a place. I don't think we have anything super special, like a special drink or a magic wand or anything. We just try and be a decent local bar where you can hopefully meet other people or just feel nice or hide in a corner or talk to someone or be loud some nights. But I don't have anything.
Maybe just
I don't have
yourself.
a slogan.
Yeah, maybe just be yourself.
Be yourself, yeah, exactly. And anyone's welcome. So as long as you're respectful and friendly and open, yeah.
Thank you. Hej du, det er Nick her, værten på podcasten Sidste Omgang. Først vil jeg sige tak til dig, fordi du lytter med på mit lille hobbyprojekt, Sidste Omgang. Det er jeg rigtig glad for. Jeg vil også blive meget glad, hvis du vil gå ind på din podcast-app, eller hvor du nu lytter til Sidste Omgang, og give mig 5 stjerner for podcasten hvis du altså synes, jeg fortjener det. Dernæst, så kan du følge mig på diverse sociale medier. På Instagram skal du søge efter Sidste Omgang, og på Facebook hedder hjemmesiden, ikke så overraskende måske, Sidste Omgang. Jeg er også på TikTok under, ja, du gættede det, Sidste Omgang. Til sidst så vil jeg sige, at hvis du godt kan lide podcasten, så send et link til nogle af dine venner, eller måske en gammel skolekammerat, som du engang gik meget i byen med. Jo flere, der lytter til podcasten, jo bedre mulighed har jeg for at udvikle programmet og finde på nye og gamle værtshuse og barer, fyldt med originale historier og spændende personer. Det var alt for denne gang. Vi høres ved, når det er tid til Sidste Omgang.